Hello guys, today we are going to see about the business organizations. Well, the main forms of business vehicle used in Malaysia is sole proprietor, partnerships, locally incorporated company, limited by share, guarantor and unlimited. When we talk about business organization, an entity forms from the aim of carrying out commercial enterprise such as company of basis systems. Well, let's look into sole proprietor. The formation not filling is required except for certain business required to be registered under Registrations of Business Act 1956. Common formations is low, personal liability owner have unlimited liabilities, continuance of business, the business end on date of terminations. However, the sole proprietor will bear all liabilities alone. The single owner will be well-defined authority in his business management will in return bear all the business liabilities. Not only that, for the unlimited responsibility for all liability losses and debt. A sole proprietor has only one owner, hence he is absolutely the only one that will take all the profits. Basic knowledge somebody should know is easy to enthusiast and also easy to formations. Well, when we talk about the formations, the owner of sole proprietor business does not require any fillings. Under Registration of Business Act 1956, the owner only need to register the business at any company conditions of Malaysia, which is CCM office. The advantage of sole proprietor including the owner can establish of a sole proprietor instantly, easily and inexpensively. A sole proprietor need not pay unemployment tax on himself. Owner may need freely mix business or personal assets. Let's go into partnerships. Formations if the business is required to be registered and applications of registration of the business must be made under the Registration of Business Act 1956. No written partnerships is required. And the moderated owner have unlimited liabilities. The partnership dissolve upon the death or retirement of partnerships. The partnership is not a separate taxable entity. Partners are liable for tax and their corporations share at individual rate. Two or more other minimum number of owner and also the transferability of ownership may require consent of all the party. Unlimited except for the liability limited partnerships, which is under the Limited Partnerships Act 2012. A limited liability partnership limit their limited of its partners. It is similar to the limited liabilities enjoyed by shareholder of a company. Now, let's look into company. Company are limited liability company must be meet formal requirements specified by the Company Act 1965. High aggregations of administrators and register fees range between 40,000 and also 75,000 in proportions to the company authority share capitals. Shareholders are typically not personally liable for corporate debts and will not be held liability for any amount of debt beyond their shareholder. This been prescribed in McGraw and Norton Assurance Co. In this case, we can see McGraw was a landowner and sold to the timber, and also this estate was land by the sole owner, and the case was held that the timber belonged to the company and not to McGraw. As a result, his claim he did not have any insurable to the property. Well, when we cover about a company and also partnership, we should know the difference between partnership and also company. Come on, let us identify that. Here, we identify that a partnership is defined as relations that exist between people carrying out business in common with the intentions of profit from it. Per Section 3, Paragraph 1 of the Partnership Act of 1961, the group of partners is referred as a firm, but the company is any volunteer organized group of people who are registered as such and who come together to pursue a single common goal. However, when we look into the law, the Partnership Act of 1932 governs partnership firms. The Act determines and explains the statute, authority and liability of the partnerships to absence of a contract. The Company Act governs and controls a firm. In form of liabilities, under the partnership, the partner liability is unbounded. All of a partner firm's debts are jointly and severally owned by the partnership. In the event of limited corporations, the maximize is between everyone. And also the aforementioned, the Partnerships Act does not mandate to the partnership entirety, but the company is having the entirety between them. The number of memberships. A partnership must have at least 2 memberships and a maximum of 20 following by the amendments of the Act. But in a private corporations have to be up to 15 members and it should only have a minimum of 2. There is no maximum number of memberships are required. Well, I hope you can identify the difference. It is interesting, right? When we look into distinct legal persona, it is now established law that a company constituted under the Act is an independent legal entity separate and distinct from its member as a result of a House of Lords historical ruling in Salmon and Salmon and Co. Unless the Act of a Court lifts the veil of incorporation, a member of a company is generally not personally accountable for the debt or obligation of the company. In the part of property, in the events of the partnership, the assets of the company are essentially the individual partner property to which they are legally entitled. A company assets are in property alone, not those of its member. Even if a member may effectively own the entire share capital, it was determined that he did not have any insurable interest in the company assets. In the parts of perpetual successions, a partnership is dissolved in the event of the death or bankruptcy of any partner unless there is agreement between the partner and the contractor. Section 16, paragraph 5 describes those of the elements. When we talk about the management and also there is not much different, but it is already given a same elaboration such as sole proprietor. Borrowing, a company has more options for borrowing money than a partnership organization does. A business may establish a fixed or floating charge of its asset. Except in the case of an active private business, a firm yearly account must be filed with a registrar. The accounts are viable for the public reviewer because they are a public record. However, in incorporate corporations, it is more complicated. Well, I hope you get it all those elements and subtopics. And that's all from us. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Created using Powtoon.